This is Adam Markey. I've been asked to put together in about 15 minutes or less why 2 times Hall of Fame. And so with that, I'll start. I've been sitting here reflecting on what are the ingredients, what does God want me to share? I think really it's just for me, it's the Holy Spirit powered. You know, when I made the big C commitment, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. The urgency was huge. I had to do really well. Like, what wall is your back up against? I was going through a divorce. It was not pretty. I needed to make more money than I was doing in my previous career. And honestly, I didn't want to do this. No. And circumstances, God, through Facebook, I saw someone's earnings. I thought, okay, how am I going to do this? I got into that. I went to a conference. I was a free agent. I wasn't contracted. And I said, okay, hey, I saw this individual. I talked to him about 5 minutes, all of them that I wanted to talk to, about 4, 5, or 6 of them. This was April 6th, 21, in that year. And then I decided, okay, who do I want to be paired with? Number one, be paired with somebody who is similar in your style and communication and your work ethic, and who's also going to help you build on the professional side, but also the personal side, both. Not be your friend, but somebody that's going to be a good guide, and someone that actually cares, because with downlines, what you do rolls up, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you can't be you have to be with people that can transmit what they've done. So this person was a Hall of Fame producer. There you go, right? Not resting on the laurels, working. Okay, big deal. So, we become who we surround ourselves with, right? So then I picked 5 top producers, 5 for me. Biggest one on tribute was Brad Allen, right? I came to Seattle because he did. I was in Long Beach, came up over here, said, okay, I'm going to do it. I said, okay, what do I got to do? I spent $2,000 in leads a week, and I never looked back. I got it up to, now it's about 4,000. So the point being is, okay, great. I was in final expense in term, it's called top of the line. If you look at a circle, basically, Q1 over here, whole life, final expense, great. Q2 for me, call it whatever you want. TL, term, and accidental, it's what I did. So I call it top of the line. I just focused on that. It's part of the circle. I tried various types of leads and just wasn't going to quit. That's the thing. Don't quit easy on yourself. Let's not kid ourselves. Character, the other C I'm going to talk about, either you have it or you don't. And just because you are a character doesn't mean you have it. And I relate to that because I like having fun and being funny too. So for me, it was, the character of Christ in doing this. Perfect? Heck no. Was I relentless? Yeah. Do I know how to pioneer and throw myself all in? Yeah. Should you as well? Yeah. Stop thinking and listening to, your brain, the flesh saying, don't do it. No. Surround yourself. Pick 5 people. Brad Allen, Shoddy, Steve Giordano, Brian Rowlands, and others that have stepped into that, right? And I molded. I didn't need to know everything. All I needed to go is set a lot of appointments. It's just a simple formula. We hear it all the time, right? I don't need to say it. People say 30 appointments. I was focused on 40 to 50. I wanted as many shots on goal as I could get, like in hockey. I'm gonna try to get it in the net. And then it was about, how do I do a smart placement of a policy? Nobody really talks about this, so I'm going to talk about it. I hadn't seen it. Maybe others do. And if you are, God bless you. But I haven't. So a smart policy placement, what does that look like? Everything makes and breaks you on how you place a policy. I don't care what anyone says. I'll go toe-to-toe with them on it. It's got to fit their budget, so you got to find the money. It's going through their bills. I don't care if it's final expense, definitely in mortgage protection. What's their income over expenses report? You're listing out mortgage or rent, utilities, phone, internet, cable, food and beverage, car payment, credit card, auto insurance, Gasoline. What else are they paying on? A loan, kids' events, whatever. Great. Itemize. What's left over? Here it is. It's got to be 15% or less. Brad Allen. I brought it down to 10 because I was tired of chargebacks. 10% or less. That's the top end. Great. So price per month, I say it premium per month equals, and I do it just like this visually with them because people are visual. Stop talking to them. Telling ain't selling. Stories do it, and visual aids do it. Premium per month equals your current age, current health. You're never going to be younger than you are today. Isn't that true? I build on truth. Plus, up to what amount fits in your monthly budget, not a penny over, to get you the most coverage. I literally do it like that. Go through the numbers and I go, okay, look, your age and health. So that's my flow. And then I talk to him and I go, okay. Meanwhile, this is the key. How do you be a Hall of Fame? It's balancing the rapport, building the relationship, and the report talk. Deborah Tannen work in communication studies, right? It's both. That's tough, but it's required. You come in, you're building the rapport, and then you're layering on the report of what you're doing, the technical of what we're there to do, that I'm talking about, and you go between both, right? I like face-to-face. I know. You can't get it over the phone. You got to create mental pictures. You can do it through video. That's wonderful. I can do that too, but they can always just hit that red button and you're gone. When you're face-to-face, they can't get away from you super easily. And you got the environ. So that's what I would do. And I go in and, I was told do a policy summary at the end. Okay, bam, did that. Take a picture. Did that. Brad, great. Write congratulations in the text. The confetti, yay. The picture and a nice message. I'm your agent for life. This is my name. This is how to get in touch with me with my VAs. Yes, I have virtual assistants. Yes. And then I go through that. So I focus on just doing all the clinical work because I'm the one with the license. They can't, so I do it. So I was trying to hit 50 to 60 appointments. Double it. 30, double it. That was my goal. Why? Because I had to fail and I had to get a lot of shots on goal to make the normal flow of cash. My first month, I'll say it in the right speak, 38 families. And I was just like, okay, it's 2,000, 2,500 a week, 3,000. Get up there. Get the courage. And I kept having to stretch, right? I didn't want to go to mortgage protection. What did I do? I talked to Brad Allen. I talked to others and I said, how do you do that? And it's different because you're wearing out the loan, right? You're talking about the loan. That's a liability. It's better than final expense. Final expense is a rodeo. It's hit or miss, and you got a lot of shoppers. And I say I don't work with shoppers. I work with buyers. I'm a field underwriter, an independent insurance agent with over 32 companies right now. My goal is to get you approved. We're going to have to talk about your social security number, your validation of who you are, as well as your checking account, because it opens up to all the different possibilities. These are tidbits that you weaved in. You take whatever you learn, you weave it in. If you listen to the same people all the time, you get the same information, you're not going to grow exactly. Diversify. Call people, talk to people. I got 5 minutes with people, and I'd say, hey, can I make sure we go over X, Y? Sure. Try these leads. Now, not all leads are created equal necessarily, because certain leads in certain areas don't work that good, right? Well, try some other ones. Mailers. I was like, oh boy, I don't know. I'm going to try doing that. Well, Steve was doing pretty darn good. So was Brad and Shoddy. I was like, oh, why don't I do that? So I did. And so I became, rather than final expense term, I did mortgage protection. And I was like, okay, it's time to learn fixed index annuity. Bombed that, a totally different sale. Thanks to Brian Rowlands, John Gavin, and others learning how to do that. Now I'm doing bottom of the line. Index universal life, which I was doing a lot. And then doing the fixed index annuities. Go with National Life Group. Nobody's going to beat them. They're not going to replace my policy because they kick the pants off of everybody for term. And IUL, America, all of them, grateful. Why? Policy placement, smart policies that are going to stay on the books. It's got to hit 12 months. Anyone can say whatever they want. You want to be a Hall of Fame producer? Placement and persistency hitting 12 months, not canceling. And then 24 months, to not do a living benefits claim. So you keep the 9-month interest-free loan and not go to, paid as earned. That's key. Then it was more about, okay, how to expand to more counties. So I covered all Puget Sound, 10 counties, right? Great. Okay. So I worked 6 days a week, minimum 10 hours a day, sometimes 12 and 14s. Do the math. Lowest weeks I would do 70 hours. Pick up on Sundays if somebody couldn't meet it for whatever reason, phone, face to face. Yeah. Would I go the 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive? Yeah. Did somebody, not buy from me? Yeah. So what? The numbers game. It's consistency in your schedule. You do it anyway. It doesn't matter what you think or feel. Do it anyway, right? And then the point where you keep practicing, you keep going, you keep attending. It's getting in front of enough people. That's the deal. You got to get in front of enough people to get enough shots on goal. 40, 30, 20, 10. What am I talking about? 40 appointments, 30 sits, 20 apps was really what I was trying to do. And 30% falls off the books in 13 months. Sean Mike taught us that. So, I grab these things. The biggest thing is that, we get too comfortable, and let's just say it, too fat and dumb and lazy on too much information that we don't put into practice. I'm going to be honest about it. I'm not here to be the showman and in the studio. I'm going to tell you real. You want to be a Hall of Fame producer? Then open up your whole schedule and have no white space. And don't kid yourself about getting up and getting going. And when I had a time, I was going to gas up. I was calling my agents. I'm my recruiter, I'm the manager, and I'm the producer. And I need to be the leader in all of them. Yeah. So for me, it was like, okay, I got to invest. I got to have a great work ethic. And I got to be really smart with my money and place those policies. Good. Great. That's when my numbers started to go. Cash flow is going much better. At the end of the day, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You got to lead with compassion and awareness, right? For me, if you're scared, you're normal. If you're not, you're not really trying to grow. So let's just get that off the table, right? Let's stop pretending we need to be like, this wonderful athletic whatever person in there. No, you don't. You have techniques. You have certain maneuverings you can do. Good. Just do it with integrity and with ethics and moral, right? Because I come in, I say, watch my 6, I say, I'm going to work at the speed of trust. We're going to exchange truth. That matters, right? Maybe I don't do the sale on that first time. Okay, fine. I tried it most of the time. Maybe it's the second one. But I'm also looking at annual reviews and referrals a lot more deeply. And then adding more apps per home. That's the key. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of time when nobody's watching what I'm doing in terms of, my time and attendance of things. And you too. The question is, are you committed to what you confessed you're going to do? And that's something I got to look at too. And are you willing to go to any lengths to win? And what's your why, your mindset? What wall is your back up against? Are you flirting? Is this part-time? That's fine too. If this is full-time ain't 40 hours a week. Let's just say double that. If you want to get good at anything, you need 10,000 hours at it. So figure out how you're going to get 10,000 hours, get the right ingredients, right? I can put in really good substitutes of ingredients into my daily recipes. But you know what? If I miss the cinnamon and I miss the sugar, it may look like a pie, but it sure don't taste like one at the end of the day. So, yeah, am I perfect? No. Have I had to suck it up and realize, yeah, am I an athlete like I was in high school and top? Yep. At the end of the day, I only have me to look at, right? And success isn't looking at my bank account. It's how I treat people and how they remember me and they refer me. And that clinical connection, the therapeutic connection with them in the home for me, because I'm a clinician, right, is really valuable. So the Hall of Fame producer twice in a row, hey, as long as I keep up everything that I'm doing, it'll be 3, 4, 5, 10x, But now the thing is, I haven't made Hall of Fame until I brought somebody to Hall of Fame. And that's what I'm focusing on, right? What are you focusing on? What do you really want? And what are you willing to put on the shelf to make sure that you achieve what you said you were going to do to your family, to yourself, and that you publicized, right? Because character matters at the end of the day. I don't care what society says. It does, right? And people will know the weight of your character before you ever open your mouth, because they're going to measure you in your gestures and in your spirit before you start talking, because that's only 7% of communications. Everything else is nonverbal and spirit and gesture. So when I say come in positive, I don't care what you got to get positive. You cannot transmit what you do not have. Again, come wherever you're at and be genuine and really try to put them in the best position possible, making sure their insurance representation is spot on. And I'm here to do that. And that's what I would suggest. Thanks for letting me share. I hope that you can make it. You can if you're willing to go to any lengths to make it happen.